ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد کور داد باتورانو.
Hello, good evening and welcome to this hour's news with me, Marianne. Mullah Khairullah, the Minister of Information and Culture, during his trip to Russia, met with St. Petersburg officials and the head of the foreign relations of the city. In this meeting, Mr. Dmitryevich assured the cooperation and provision of cultural relations between the two countries. On the other hand, Mr. Khairullah considered the current situation as a good opportunity to develop and strengthen relations between the two countries, and added that the cultural diplomacy and relations between the two countries, especially the culturalists, should be further strengthened. The Minister of Information and Culture also emphasized on organizing a joint exhibition between the two countries and called it an important role in introducing the culture of both countries. Mullah Khairullah, the Minister of Information and Culture, met with the President and members of the Cultural Union of Afghans living in St. Petersburg, Russia. In this meeting, the Minister of Information and Culture said that Afghanistan is the common home of all Afghans. Let's build it together. The Minister of Information and Culture also added that now Afghanistan has a system that has sovereignty over the whole country and security is ensured. Afghans should return to their country so that we can try to settle the country under one umbrella. Also, the members of the Cultural Union of the Afghans living in Russia expressed that the Islamic system is the solution of all Afghanistan problems, and both sides emphasize Islamic values, territorial integrity, and national sovereignty. Khalifa Sirajuddin Haqqani, Minister of Interior Affairs, and Sheikh Muhammad Khalid Hanafi, Minister of Prevention of Vice and Promotion of Virtue, and listening to complaints during their visit to Kunar province, in a meeting with local officials, district governors, and police commanders, stated that as you have fought against difficulties during jihad, now it is the time to fight against your ego. Ministers of the ministries recommended that the prohibition of the evildoing and listening to the complaints of the officials and behave well with the people, serve honestly, and obey the orders. It's worth mentioning that this was the first visit of Minister of Interior Affairs to Kunar province, where he met with the various officials of this province and heard their proposals closely. Officials of the Kabul Traffic Directorate say that this year, about 20,000 new driver's licenses have been distributed to the applicants after going through the legal procedures. According to them, people's interest in getting driver's licenses has increased compared to the past. More details in the report.
Increasing the interest of citizens to get driving license. According to the traffic officials, in the course of 1 year, about 20,000 driver's license volume have been distributed to applicants after going through the legal procedures. Khan Mohammadi Ghavar, head of traffic in Kabul, requests license applicants and drivers to participate in the traffic management training courses in this province, in person and in practice.
This amount has been extended to the licenses that had expired. We have extended the time of 23,318 licenses, and we have distributed 16,766 new licenses to the people till now. People have applied and we have given licenses. The number is very high. We have a lot of clients. We are not able to do that much or reach them. We have suggested we are trying to increase our capacity and solve the problem of our countrymen.
Officials of the Kabul Traffic Department say that for the applicant to obtain a driver's license, the Traffic Directorate first distributes a health form. The applicant fills out the receipt form, and after completing the health examination, the applicant is included in theoretical and practical lessons.
We teach them every day. This is the traffic rules course, which is the law of how to cross the road, and we teach them the way how to use and cross the public road, and the speed of distance rules of vehicles, and where to stop and where to not stop, where to overtake and where to not overtake.
دیگه توقف باید کجا توقف بکنن کجا توقف نکنن سبقت کجا بکنن کجا باید سبقت نکنن.
On the other hand, the applicants for driver's license want more facilities in distribution of driver's license.
The process is going well. The teachers are very experienced. I'm 6 years old. I came here to get my license to understand the traffic rules. I've been a driver for 40 years. My message for drivers is that they should follow the traffic rules when they cross the road and say the travel dua at the beginning. This is very useful for a person. This is God's command upon us. We should remember the travel dua. Here, the lesson goes on normally and the teachers teaches for 1 hour every day. People, especially drivers, should come to be aware of the traffic rules to reduce accidents in the city.
A number of private driving course officials, which provide practical training for applicants, want citizens to follow traffic and city rules.
I request all the young people to either go to the courses or go to the traffic department to solve this program while there.
However, some residents of Kabul city say that currently some drivers do not follow traffic rules, especially those who use motorcycle, travel around the city without helmet and at a relatively high speed.
The United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, or RTA, says that Britain has contributed £6 million to the Afghanistan Humanitarian Fund. According to this department, since 2014, Britain has given £304 million to Afghanistan. Mullah the Deputy of Ministry of National Defense, along with officials of 217th Army Corps, visited the border security sites located in Kunduz and Takhar provinces. In this meeting, Mr. Zakir heard closely the problems of the officials, Mujahideens, and the border security sites of Khalaizal, Imam Sahib, and Kalba districts of Kunduz province, and Khajagar, Dasht Qala, Darqat, Yangi Qala, and Cha'ab districts of Takhar province, and assured them of the necessary instructions to solve their problems. Emirate Newspapers Department of the Ministry of Information and Culture announces the provision of newspaper printing machines in 4 zones of the country. Officials of this department say that they are providing newspapers with new standards in national and international languages, and add that they are delivering them to the readers in print and online form. More details in the report.
It has been more than a century since newspapers started operating in Afghanistan. Officials from the Ministry of Information and Culture's Emirate Newspaper Department say that they're also working in the field of advertising missing documents, along with publishing the newspapers of Hiwad, Anis, Sada Shariat, and Kabul Times. Officials say that efforts are underway to prepare newspaper printing presses in a number of zones.
With the advent of the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, there has been progresses in the field of newspaper printing, design, and distribution. So now, Alhamdulillah, it is distributed in all provinces of the country, including the capital, Kabul. Kabul Times newspaper and other newspapers, all printed in one format and the same. Now it's printed in physical form every day, and we send it to all provinces of Afghanistan. We will activate this program in 4 zones and put the machines there to print them in their own provinces and send them to their zones.
Some newspaper employees say that they prepare important domestic and foreign issues in national and international languages.
We translate important economic, political, and sport news from 8 to 14 every day.
Another part of these newspapers is the design and production of handmade animation, which expresses various topics without text.
The cartoon is part of the realities of the society that expose the shortcomings of the society. It is not written, but it is prepared in a custom way and presented to their viewer. According to the text and news that are interested to us, we design and select photos for it and classify it according to the hierarchy.
According to the officials of the Emirate Newspapers Directorate of the Ministry of Information and Culture, their services are made available in governmental and private institutions and audiences in print and online throughout the country.
Sheikh Shahabuddin Dilawar, the head of the Afghan Red Crescent Society, held a meeting with the head of the International Federation in Afghanistan regarding the arrangement and the foreign trips in order to attract the humanitarian aid. The Afghan Red Crescent Society says that Sheikh Shahabuddin Dilawar called the joint activity of the two sides effective for helping the needy family and the compatriot, and also emphasized on the increase of humanitarian services in the country. This was all for tonight. Thank you for watching.